All right, so Twilight, a Stephanie Meyer novel. This is the final episode, so to speak, actually on the screen. The fifth movie. It's the fourth book cut into the second half.
Right.
So, wow, Twilight.
Werewolves and you don't have to intro too much. Werewolves and sexy vampires.
I mean,
they're loving each other.
I mean, the plot of this movie, I mean, you're opening up to her after she just became a vampire. She's waking up and she's doing some weird stuff like, oh, I can move really fast and I can pull you in for a super strong hug. It was great. But
I'm just kicking back, waiting for you guys to dog on this movie.
Both
of you guys
terrible.
seems like you're holding back. So come on, just rip into
Let
it.
me
and I'll
before
come back.
we do that.
I'm waiting for the intro to be done with. Don't worry.
Okay, so this movie all comes from the Bella and Edward. They have a child, and this child is born and grows up very quickly. And everyone thinks that it's an immortal child.
Well, don't give away too much, Baker. Come on, man. Don't ruin the movie for
I'm not trying. All I'm saying is, all of a sudden, it's a big controversy. Immortal child, oh my gosh! And then you get the big battlefield scene.
Is it really ruined for anybody that actually wants to see it because they read the books, right?
Yeah, anybody who wants to see this movie knows.
I think there's some people. I don't like spoilers. Don't spoil a movie for me, man. I hate that.
Of course,
I'll punch you in the face.
Of course, I got you on
movie.
that.
I agree, but I don't think there's any spoiling
You want to
going
spoil it for everybody to prevent people from ever watching it.
Hey, listen, if I tell you the end, if there was a twist, I'll tell you the twist. Just don't go see it.
You guys hate this movie so much. This is one of the rare movies that we all watched together.
Yes.
And it was almost like we were drag kicking and screaming to watch this movie. And you guys hated it so much, didn't you?
You know, I thought this was the third movie, but apparently it's the fifth movie.
Yeah.
In general. Okay, I had no idea what was going on. So I went into seeing 0 of 4 movies, first off. And these guys...
You haven't watched any of them?
None of them. Had no idea.
I watched the first 3.
I watched the first 2 and then I caught up on the last 2.
But you read the books?
I read the first book.
Right.
And wow, was I uninterested.
Did your wife make you read that first book?
No, my wife would not be caught dead with that book in her hands. Like, she made fun of me for reading it.
I think this is a tough movie to critique. It's easy for you guys, but I think it's very tough for me because I think that it served a huge purpose for most of the people. I mean, it's a huge box office draw. I mean, it's enormous. All the movies made money. They love them. My daughter loves the movie. She watched the first one with my little sister who loves all the movies, and it was satisfying. So honestly, when I went in to go see it, watching the first 3, I had to look at it from that viewpoint that I accept the fact that Twilight is out there to please people and people love it.
Yeah.
So I looked at it from that point of view, and I don't give it a very good rating because I think, in retrospect to the first few, that I thought were done much better than this one.
Yeah.
That this one wasn't done very well. The story, it was very boring at the beginning. When we talked about it, it was so boring and it was terrible.
Even the dialogue seemed like so forced. Like it was. So, do you care about this? Oh no, I don't care. It did seem very forced. It was incredibly boring.
It was so boring. I mean, the beginning was so boring. For the first at least 30 minutes was boring. That's the correct word to use. But the other ones, the first at least 2, I mean, they captivated so many audiences that you can't really say the movie sucked unless you're the Rooster. And you just...
Yeah, I would definitely say it sucked.
Oh, yeah.
I was so bored for like an hour and a half.
So much.
I felt bad for Baker because I kept asking him questions about, like, why are they even saying that? That's dumb. Everything they're saying is dumb. And I kept asking him, why are they even saying that?
But it's in the realm of like vampires and Wolverines or something.
Vampires and Wolverines are great, but that was boring.
I only read the first book, but I definitely did a lot of, research on the story and everything because I actually have a friend, a male friend, weird, that loved the books. Can't even joke with you about this right now. And
I don't think that's weird.
I can tell you about
unless
that
he's
male friend. It's fine.
He's probably a gay male friend. I mean,
It's a possibility, yes.
I mean, you can't deny, and I know you guys want to give it such a crappy rating, but you cannot deny the fact that the movie has such unbelievable appeal to so many people that just love the love. It's a little different. The part that drove me crazy was the love.
Oh,
they loved each other so much that every scene was like, I will love you or die if I can't love you.
After watching that, it occurred to me, I don't know who
so
is
ridiculous.
worse. Who is worse at writing romantic dialogue?
Nobody.
Is it this
worst.
guy? Or this guy. Stephanie Meyer? Or is it George Lucas?
Oh, you say that, but he was nominated for an Oscar. You know that,
And he
right?
shouldn't have been, because
you
your
know
skin
that,
is
right?
softer than sand,
Yeah,
lady.
no,
I'm like, what?
He was nominated a couple times. Oscars for his
Apparently,
screenplays.
they weren't listening to the romantic scenes because those were written by a 6-year-old with his first ever attraction to anything. It was bad.
Back on Twilight, I'm telling you, it's God, it was pretty bad though. I mean, the movie was a little excruciating to watch because we're normal guys. That's our gig, and we understand that's
It's
our
horrible. I couldn't say it either at all.
you hated so much.
Right,
You were you were bitching at the people bringing you drinks. You were like, just bring me more. Anytime you have a chance to go to the bar, make sure you come back with a cocktail in your hand.
So I can deal with this.
Please make it much better. Please make it better.
Would you just bring doubles back to me every time you go to the bar?
Seriously, the first thing I have to bring up real fast is, okay, this was brought up in the last movie, in some of the earlier movies, but mostly in this one, that some of the vampires have special powers, and everything. And I really feel like, Stephanie Meyer was so desperate, or maybe it was the screenplay writer, whatever, was so desperate to show off these new powers that they beat you over the head with it without any preface. I mean, there was one scene, the kid with the water or whatever, one scene where it walks in and the guy's like, "Hi, I'd like to talk to you about something." "No, I would not like to talk to you about that." And then, boom, this kid pops up out of the corner and he's lifting water with his mind.
I know. I was
and
like,
he's like,
he's
"I'd
an
like
X-Men.
to hear about it."
I was like, he's an X-Men.
He's looking at you like sideways and like, "I'd like to hear about it." And why are you even showing me that you can move water? I don't care. I just came over to your house. Offer me a drink.
Well, you brought up I thought a great point that I really didn't point out or accept in the first couple or look at or whatever is how crappy the special effects are.
Oh, so bad.
Look, from being kind of an industry guy or understanding the industry a little bit, from a business point of view, oh my gosh, that they make so much money because they do not spend the Lord of the Rings money. They get the good CGI and stuff.
They spent Napoleon Dynamite money on their special effects.
It's so terrible. You were talking about the running and the jumps,
the leaping, and
it's like it couldn't look so bad. Her running around in the trees, it was so bad. I mean, the CGI is just terrible.
And then it was so choppy that like they're running, and all of a sudden, wait. I have to bite someone. Oh, wait, no. I don't have to bite someone anymore. Oh, my gosh, you controlled yourself so well. Yeah, great. There was...
So what rating do you give it?
Oh, man.
It's a tough one to rate because it's hard to rate such a popular movie, such a crappy rating.
I hope I hope that this doesn't happen often, but I'm actually going to split my rating in half here. Okay.
Oh, you little copycatter, you.
What do you mean? No, I'm serious, because here's the thing. If you're a fan of Twilight, sure, go see the damn movie. I don't care.
You just stole my material. Did you see that?
How did I steal your material?
I don't remember that happening, though. I don't remember you chopping your opinions in half.
Okay. All right.
But no, if you're a fan of Twilight, sure, go see the damn movie in the theaters. Should be seen on the silver screen, the big screen, whatever. But if you're not a Twilight fan... I have to say, just based on Kristen Stewart alone, because She is the most annoying, no talent, mouth-breathing, buck-toothed tart to ever receive a leading role I've ever seen. I'm going to flat out say that it should only be used as anesthetic. If you are not a fan.
Finally has an only to be used as anesthetic. The funny part is the Rooster would sleep with her, for sure.
No, I was thinking I hate her with a passion, actually.
But you would definitely sleep with her. Well, don't you even lie.
That's a different question. If I find her attractive or not, okay?
Oh, God.
She doesn't have an ankle gut, so you might even...
Can I get an ankle gut on this girl, please? Her buck teeth are drawing away from her other iniquities.
As long as she can keep those buck teeth under control, I'll be fine.
Do not rake. Okay, so what about you, Samson? What you got on that?
Well, everything you just said.
Oh, that's
so I'm a little pissed about it.
Copying him? What's going
No.
on?
Oh, that's not
you
even
copycat.
fair. That's
You-
what I'm saying. I
You
mean, that's
copycat.
you're
You
such a
just
bastard.
copied my material.
God, you are such a bastard. That's exactly what I'm gonna say. Catch it on the network premiere, and I'm coming from it from an actual. I tried to put myself in the shoes of a fan, and I thought.
And by
the
fan, you
quality-
mean like a 14-year-old girl.
Well, I have a 10-year-old daughter who loves the movies, right?
Point taken. Continue. I apologize.
The Mizzle loves it. The Mizzle loves the movies. And when I get any time just to hang with her and I, if I say, "Well, hey, do you want to put one of the Twilight movies on?" She's like, "Yes." Musicals and Twilight. She loves it, right? So, but from even a fan of Twilight, I thought the movie was poorly done. I thought the first two were much better.
Okay.
Better
Even with
directed.
vampire baseball, I mean.
I thought it was a little bit better.
Okay,
You know?
I understand.
So, I mean, I would say wait for the network premiere. You know, it's kind of hard to judge a movie that's that popular, though.
Yeah.
So we're saying the movie sucks, but everybody in the world think the movie's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I did love
Hey,
what
Hey, pay attention to the show you're listening to. If you're a regular everyday Joe, don't go see this movie because it sucks.
No.
But if you like Twilight and that's the kind of crap you like, then go see it because you're going to be satisfied.
Emphasis on crap.
No regular man wants to go see this movie. Unless he's forced to by his woman.
I did actually
Period.
thank you, Rooster, because
has
there
a
was
huge
a couple
influence.
things that you said during the movie that just blew me away. First things first, let's talk about the werewolf being, what was it? You said, what is it? Is this that guy, the gay best friend or something? Because he's
that was
constantly
hilarious.
like nipping at the heels.
That was a good line, by the
Yeah,
way.
I never understood why. Like, I think maybe the first 2, 3, 5 movies, whatever they had going on, like, weren't they fighting over Bella?
Yeah,
they
they were.
Okay.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, well, you won, so cool. I'll be your best friend."
that
Like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
wasn't done by John Hughes like 3 times already.
I just didn't understand the whole. Okay, I'm your best friend, and I'm gonna protect your
They
children.
don't care as
Ridiculous.
long as they can produce a movie where he doesn't wear a shirt for 90%.
Oh, yeah,
of the
yeah.
movie.
Oh
That's
my
all they
gosh,
care.
Taylor Lautner has no shirt on. Do it.
Scary part is you really believe that. You really-
Shut up. He has a great body. But no, or the other great Rooster moment when we see the primary antagonist, this guy that just rolls up and he's part of, what was the group called? I don't even remember. Just a group of the lead vampires rolls up. And
The Merovingian?
I don't-
Merovingian? or
No, the
something?
Merovingian?
Merovingian?
That's Jesus' bloodline. Let's not touch that.
No. That's
No,
what
Maybe
they're
that
called.
was the name. I have no
That
idea
was
what you're
definitely
talking about,
not the
actually.
name. It was something else. But no. He pulls up and you're like, what is this? The vampire version of Pee Wee Herman? And I actually,
That was a good one.
I had to write that down because I'm sitting here thinking
Valturi.
Valturi.
It was
There
the
you go.
Valturi. All right.
But the first thing that made me think of, I don't know if you guys ever saw Christy Swanson in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, you're such a fan of that crappy show.
Pee Wee Herman. No, not the show. I hated the show. I'm talking about the movie, the original movie with Donald Sutherland.
Oh, it's so terrible. Like
playing.
Is that your guilty pleasure for the week?
No. I'll bring that up another day.
I swear to God, if you bring that up as a forgotten classic, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth.
Paul Rubin, aka Pee Wee Herman, played a vampire in that movie. Oh my gosh, that is not my classic, but I recommend going to see that just for Pee Wee Herman.
I was a big Paul Rubin fan. Love Pee Wee Herman.
You're alone.
I was a big Pee Wee Herman fan.
I watched it growing up as a kid.
Yeah, of course. That show.
After he got caught doing something completely...
Lawrence Fishburne was the mailman. People don't even remember that.
I had no idea. That's actually very funny. I had no idea.
He was the mail guy.
I did not remember that at all.
Lawrence Fishburne, man.
All right.